No, you cannot call me mayor. There's a dollar fee for that these days. Good morning and welcome to the first week of City Current. I'm Mayor Jeremy Farmer and I'm here today with Communications Manager for the City of Lawrence, Megan Gilliland. Megan, good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to take this weekly video to focus on various city issues that are important to the Lawrence community, to bring you information and ultimately to get your feedback and to listen about the things that matter the most to you. Next week, we're going to be starting with the first week of the month where I'll generally just give an update about things going on around the city, and it'll be my pleasure to welcome, hopefully by then, interim city manager Diane Stoddard, who will be filling in for Dave Corliss as he departs for the town manager position in Castle Rock, Colorado at the end of May. Diane's got some great experience and we'll look forward to hearing all that she has to say about the city of Lawrence. The second week of the month will be a city issues focus where we take varying issues that are going on around the community, interview different department staff around the city, introduce you to some of the people that make our great city services happen. The third week of the month, we're going to be focused on neighborhoods, and I'll look forward to welcoming neighborhood leaders, neighborhood residents, Lawrence Association of Neighborhoods folks here as we talk about issues that are relevant and important to various neighborhoods across the city of Lawrence. And then the fourth week is probably going to be my favorite, is where we bring somebody in here to focus, to talk about and focus on the great people that we have here in the city of Lawrence. We have so many great stories, so many talented people, so many incredible folks here in our community, and we'll look forward to introducing you to them as we roll out this City Current that'll be taking place each week for the remainder of the year. This will be posted on the City of Lawrence social media sites each week on Wednesday, and we'll share it through Facebook and Twitter, our email lists, and we'll get into talking about that with Megan here in just a second. So, Megan, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday to you.
Yes.
Filming this on a Monday, actually, and it's bright and early Monday morning for some, I suppose.
Yes,
But,
absolutely.
So let's talk about, because maybe a lot of folks don't know, what kind of avenues does the city have to connect with its residents? What are the focuses that the city has, or what are the ways that the city connects with the people in its community?
Sure. Well, I would say that in the last few years, we have made a very strong priority to increasing the usability of our city website, lawrenceks.org. It's kind of our philosophy that everything that we put out there, whether it be through social media or email or an ad or an advertisement or something like that, that it always somehow gets you back to the city website, because the city website is the best place for you to go to find the most comprehensive information that you can about city services, programs, and events. So the website is our number one tool. Then I would say that we have a pretty extensive email list of people who have self-selected and joined our email listserv. You can sign up and you can get subscriptions based on any sort of topic that you're interested in. City News is our most general and probably the most widely used news list that we have. And you can sign up on there and get the daily press releases that we send out, the construction reports that we send out on Fridays. Any type of topical information really goes out on that news list. But if you're not interested in just that, or maybe you want to add an extra news subscription for Parks and Recreation information, we have that. Or we have all kinds of different agendas for different boards and committees. And there's just a wide variety of things, probably about 50 different lists that you could sign up for based on your interest level.
And I just have to sign up once, I don't have to keep signing up over and over again. I can sign up once and then the emails just show up into my inbox.
Absolutely. You go to lawrenceks.org/subscriptions.
Okay.
All the lists are there. You check the list that you want. And then if for some reason at some point in time you say, I really don't want to get this one anymore, you go back to the same website, lawrenceks.org/subscriptions, uncheck that list that you don't want anymore or check a new one that you want, and then that's all you have to do.
So I know that we've got this new service that we launched last year with our recycling program in our solid waste division, where, is this right that I can actually get a text message reminding me of when my trash is going to be picked up?
Yeah, actually last year we launched Notify, which was a system that we actually built in-house, and it allows people to get a notification through email or text of their trash, recycling, or yard waste service. If you go to lawrenceks.org/notify, then you can sign up for this service. You can tell it when you want to be notified, the night before, the morning of, an hour before the trash truck is supposed to come, whatever the case might be, and we will send you a text notification or an email notification based on your address.
That's an automated system. Like, you're not the one up there sending text messages out to people, right?
No, it's automated completely based on GIS and where your route is and things like that. And so it's based on the night, the day of your service, basically.
So one of the things that we've been looking at for the past, really for the past maybe 6 months to a year is a mechanism to let us engage with our community and really have a bigger, the thing that I've said a lot is have a bigger ear than mouth. And we've got some great things coming up with a program called Lawrence Listens. I would love for you to tell folks what that is and how that's going to work and how we're going to really engage our community in a conversation about what matters most.
That sounds great. I am so excited to launch this new program. As I've said before, and to a lot of people who I talk to about this program, public information really has two functions that it should perform. Number one being public notification. So that's we're having an event, we're having a sale for compost, we're launching something. That's the way that we get that message out to you. We do that in a lot of different functions. Like we've mentioned, social media, Facebook and Twitter are two primary social media avenues. Newsletter that comes through your utility bill, the newsletter, the email blasts, website, Channel 25. I mean, we have a long list of ways that we get out there and try and notify people that things are happening. But there's also another important component to public information, which is citizen engagement. And that is definitely something where we need to focus and look at. And so what we've decided to do is launch a program called Lawrence Listens. We're going to launch it with the budget season this year. And what that is it's a question that we're going to ask people. Anybody who signs up for the notification program, Lawrence Listens, will get a question either through Facebook or Twitter or their email or however they want to be contacted. And then we'll ask you a question. What is here's a question that we want to have answered. The City Commission's talking about this. What's your thought on that topic? And you'll be able to submit your information back to this program, and then we'll be able to compile it and give it to the City Commission or give it to the city departments that are asking the question, whatever it might be. But it gives people a way to connect to the city without having to come to a public meeting or get up in front of people and talk to somebody if they're kind of a little uncomfortable about public speaking, or they're busy. A lot of us are busy. We have kids or we have family members that we have to be responsible for, and we don't have time to come to a public meeting, but we still want to have a say-so in our community. And so this is a way that anybody who connects to us, you do have to do a very simple registration, and it's only because we want to have demographic information to break down and analyze this information, that you can give us feedback. And my hope is that the Commission will take that feedback that we receive through the online engagement system and public meetings and talking to people on the street and all the different ways that we hear from our community members to make the informed decisions that you want to make.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's really important too, because, and I'm sure it feels this way for you guys as well, being on city staff, but it seems to me that, we do the meetings on Tuesday, that get done sometimes later, and then you guys are here bright and early rocking it on Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday afternoon the draft agenda goes out, and then get comments, feedback from city commissioners and other city staff, other city departments. And then Thursday at 4:30, that agenda packet goes out again. And it just, sometimes it feels like, the machine continues to go and go and go and go and go. And sometimes, there's not a lot of time with everybody's busy schedule to interact and give feedback and listen. And I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's a sacrifice to come down here every Tuesday night for a 2, 3, 4, 5 hour meeting sometimes. And a lot of folks don't have time to do it.
Right. And engagement, a citizen engagement program, a formalized one, really should be something that happens not just, within a period of week or something, from when an agenda is posted or something like that. It really should be part of policy discussion and as you're developing a program. And it's something that, hopefully we can front load these questions so that you're getting that information as you're making and tailoring these big decisions that you guys have, sitting up here on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, the budget conversation certainly is an important one. $190 million budget, so many different priorities, so many different needs. Lawrence has not been a community that's typically said no to a lot of things, which is why we have so many great projects, in and around the community. And it's been good to do that, but a lot of folks have different ideas as far as to what those priorities should be. So if somebody wants to connect with this when we roll it out with the budget season, so they have to sign up essentially? It's just a one-time sign up process?
It's a one-time sign up. You basically put your contact information in, your address, your email, very basic demographic information. And the reason we ask for that is because this program that we've chosen called Open Town Hall has a really amazing ability to analyze data. So not only can we analyze by demographic, male, female, whatever, but we can analyze by location. So if we're asking a location-based question, like what do you think of this that's happening in this neighborhood, we can drill down and we can see what does the neighborhood actually think of this by the people who have responded. One other project that I really think that this is going to be really good for right now is the 9th Street Corridor project. I think that the Open Town Hall and our Lawrence Listens program should be a part of that citizen advisory committee and all of the different public meetings that are going on with that, the cultural planning process. There's just so many ways. And I know the departments are excited to have this tool as well, because there might be things that, they want to ask questions about their services and their programs, and they might already have a good database of individuals who are participating. Maybe we can use the Notify system, for example, for everyone who's getting those text messages to ask them, about their services and what they think about their services.
I mean, this is going to be a great way for City Hall to build bridges to neighborhoods and for neighborhoods to give feedback and reciprocate that bridge to City Hall. I mean, it's really exciting that, are there a lot of communities doing this? I mean, it seems to me that, as I've gone out and looked at other communities or been to conferences, a lot of other communities are kind of, I don't want to say stuck in the rut, but for all intents and purposes, that's what it is, just kind of the day-to-day, week to week city commission meeting or city council meeting to city council meeting. Is this kind of the new trend among public information to have this kind of way for City Hall or that sort of thing to connect with people in its community?
I don't know if it's a new trend. Citizen engagement has been around for a while, but I think that it is something, if you are going to put the effort and the time into it, then you need to make it top notch. And I really believe that, a significant amount of my time spent as your communications manager over the next year, as we really launch this program and start to see what we can get out of it and what we can get back from it, is going to be how are we managing that information? How are we managing to get the information out? Are we connecting to people in our neighborhoods? Because we are a town of 90,000 people. And I would absolutely love to have a really good sampling of the community participate in this program. But not only participate in this program, but also connect to us for that notification piece that we've always been doing. Right. I would love to have more Facebook followers. I'd love to have more people, follow us on Twitter. I think it's a great way. We will do anything we can to connect to people in our community. We're happy to add another tool if that's how people want to be communicated with. And, we have all the traditional tools that most communities have. I think Open Town Hall is something that some communities have used. I know the city of Olathe used it for a little while. They've gone to something different, but it's because they've gone to more of a like a 311 system in Olathe. And so I think, I would say definitely not a lot of people have a formalized engagement program like this. They might use Facebook or, something to ask questions and try and get some answers. But I think that the ability to analyze where information is coming from, because we want to know the inherent value in that information, I think for you to make decisions is really innovative.
Yeah, and of course we can make all that data public so people can see it. And
absolutely.
Because that's something that in this community, transparency and openness is really important. And this is a great way to kind of get at some of the things that we've been talking about for the last few years, especially in relationship to how do we again best build bridges to where people are. I mean, I remember talking about, what was it, about a year and a half ago, having a live Twitter feed up on the TV screens and getting people's feedback as the meeting was happening. Because on any given week, there may be 10 to 20, I don't know that I've ever seen more than 50 people at a commission meeting. And for a community of 90,000 people, I mean, that's, we're not even talking 1%, we're talking 0.5%. And so really looking at different ways for how we can connect with people where they are. So in relationship to this program, how do you see success defined with it? With Lawrence Listens, Obviously it's going to take a while. We may not be able to look at it after a month and say it's working or it's not working, but down the road, how would you define the success of this program as to whether or not it's been a good investment?
Sure. Well, I think that the quality of questions that we ask will absolutely define the amount of people who want to participate in the program, and the use of that information and that feedback that you receive. So if people feel like they're giving information and they're being heard, and they're, that a consensus is being built amongst what people want is really important. I am going to focus this year on getting people signed up and participating in that question, in this system. I envision it in the first question that I want to ask is something that's kind of broad and generic that everybody can answer in the city of Lawrence. There's no right or wrong answer, but just something that's very broad and generic, like what should the city's priorities be for the next year? And that is really the way to kind of hopefully get people interested in the system, to get them to sign up, and then hopefully share it through their Facebook and their social networks to encourage their friends and neighbors to participate. And then we'll be able to start launching questions through this process. I envision a lot of budget questions coming through this, because budget is probably the single biggest thing that we do every year. It really does set the priorities for the next year. Right. And so I'd like to be able to use different types of analysis and different types of questions to get kind of to different information that we're looking for from people. And then I'd really love to publicize it and show people what we're getting out of it, and have them see how we're utilizing it.
Well, Megan, thanks for joining me today.
Sure.
For City Current.
Yes.
We've got a lot of great ways that we're going to be connecting with you over the next year. I want to remind you about Conversations with Your Commissioner, which will take place a week from when this video is posted, the first Wednesday in May at 9:00 a.m. I'll be at Decade Coffee Shop right there along 9th and Delaware Street, and would love to connect with you there. And then the second Thursday of each month will take place at Merchants Pub and Plate at noon for a lunch. We usually meet over in the bar area. And then the third Monday of each month for a happy hour time at 6 o'clock is at Traveling Places. In the month of May, it'll be at the Bourgeois Pig. So look forward to connecting with you there. We've got a weekly blog that goes out that folks can subscribe to at my website, voteyourselfafarmer.com. And we'll look forward to doing the City Current each week. And hopefully doing whatever we can to engage with our community. Interim City Manager Diane Stoddard will be with me next week, and I'm really excited about introducing each of you to her. And Megan, thanks again for being with me today.
Thanks. Have a great week.
You too.